Welcome to Blackpool's Luminair drone race and your host, Mini Rolls Rule.
Hello, good to see you. Oh my gosh. Something's not quite right. Hello, there we go, welcome. Right, welcome to the Lightpool Illuminations drone race. Thank you very much for bearing with us. I'd like to welcome you to the Globe Theatre at Blackpool Festival for our drone race here, courtesy of the Lightpool Illuminations Festival. We have some incredible models here today that all of our pilots are going to be flying around. And what are we flying around? We're flying around tiny, tiny little drones. These drones sit in the palm of your hand. They are tiny, tiny. And they are flown by these crazy goggles on my head. They are flown using FPV, and that means first-person view. So what comes from the camera on the drone comes into the goggles on the pilot's head, and that's how they fly. So, without dragging on too much longer, because you've already heard all this, let's welcome our first pilots and get this show on the road. Can I please welcome to the stage our pilots, please? So first up, we have Blueprint, Scooby Air, Wong Legend, they're going to plug in their drones, they're going to take their seats, put their goggles on, and we will get flying.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. Now, the pilots are going to be tackling the track, but one's ended up in the net already. As the pilots go around, you will see them try to get through various hoops. Now, because someone's crashed into that star up there, it's rotating, making it nice and difficult for our pilots. But we're not rotating it, they crashed into it, and that's why it's rotating, so it's really on them. But the first packs out are going to be a little challenging for them as they get used to the track, and wow, someone's really got it spinning. Wow, this is going to be a fun one. Hopefully that'll carry on for a long time. But as they're flying around, like I say, they are going to be using their goggles to see out the front of the drone and race around our track. Pilots at the moment will be going for their best times around the track. So they're not really racing each other, they're just kind of get the fastest time they can around our track. And they seem to be getting the hang of it now, which is nice. Now if I talk you around the track, we'll hopefully introduce to you the order of the obstacles. So, as the green drone comes through those gates, everyone focus on the green drone. He's going to go under the umbrella, going to go round up over the starting block and down to what we're going to call the big disco ball, because I understand Blackpool's got a huge disco ball out on the front. We're going to go around the back of our Blackpool Tower and then around the top of the Blackpool Tower, through the hanging, now turning Stargate, and then into what we've affectionately called the deck chair of doom. You go around the deck chair of doom in a very complicated shape.
Finish your lap and
then carry on back to the umbrella before starting your next lap. Pilots have had their time to do their fastest 2 laps, and they're going to go and park it in that big picture frame on the other side. And that is our crash gate. So when they go in there, they try and crash into the net in the crash gate. But Blueprint managed to land on the floor. So thank you very much, pilots. Well done on your first race. If you want to go and collect your whoops. So these drone racers, our pilots today, have come from all over the country. We have pilots from all the way down in Cornwall who have taken a long 6-hour journey or so all the way up here to be with you today. Helping me on the race direction, looking after our pilots, putting them in the correct order is Rich from Drone Racing Cornwall up on the other side of the stage. Give a hand for Rich. And down in front of stage, or well, in the middle of the stage is my brother, David. He's my long-suffering brother who's helping me out. So big round of applause for David on camera. Over, tucked away in the corner, is Mr. Mark Ratcliffe on live stream. And I want to give a big shout out to all of our pilots who are going to be here today. So if we want to welcome out our next pilots, we are going to have Dirty McStinky, The Han, and Archie, FPV. Okay, and as the pilots sit down and get ready for their race, when they've got their goggles down and thumbs up, we'll set them off.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And here they go. Already some very competitive pilots here chasing their best times. At the front there with the multicolour drone, that is Dirty McStinky, very quick pilot. With the gold drone flying around, that is Archie. He's our youngest drone racing pilot here today. I think he's 16. Oh, I got that right, nice. And then in the slightly, just finishing off going through the star now, that is the Han from Drone Circle near Manchester. So as you can see, we've got some incredibly fast pilots here. Archie and Dirty McStinky, teammates for Hanworth. They fly regularly together, and Dirty McStinky, every time you say his name, crashes. So we need to do that quite regularly for him. But he's back up and running. And into the crash gate goes Dirty McStinky. And we'll just let Han finish off his lap around the deck chair of doom. Under the umbrella.
Finish your lap
and
then land.
Finishes the race. Well done,
Race
Han.
over.
Thank you very much, pilots. And as the pilots go to collect their whoops, you'll notice that there are all sorts of types of people from all over the country. This is a very international hobby. We have pilots from all over the country here today, but not only that, there are pilots all over the world that take part in these races. They set up their own clubs, they get together in pub function rooms and schools and office buildings and just set out a track using hoops like these. And anybody can do it. It's really easy. You can get started on a simulator. or you can just buy a set and crack on. And honestly, it's really, really good fun. So let's see what our next pilots are up. And welcome to the stage. We have Cruise FPV, Dan Carpy, and Gen X FPV. Okie dokie, looks like someone's having a technical backstage. Maybe he's forgotten his whoop. But he's here. And he's the first one plugged in, so it can't have been that bad. So as our pilots sit down and strap in, when you give us a thumbs up, we'll
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Now, if you see that green drone up there that's just smacked into the deck chair of doom, that is Dan Carpy. Dan Carpy of Drone Circle near Manchester has been a long-standing member of the Whoop community. He is also our current UK Whoop reigning champion, having competed in the Tiny Whoop UK League and coming first across multiple races all up and down the country. We've been running these. So he is one of the fastest pilots in the UK and definitely one to watch for these races here. Gen X FPV in blue. Very nice pilot name he's got there. Just popping through the star and heading onto the deck chair of doom. Here's beautiful quad in all those blue colors.
Finish your lap.
Definitely one of my favorites. But that's the end of their race time. And so they will finish off their laps and go and park it in the crash gate. Thank you very much, pilots. Excellent flight. Now, as they come down to the front to check, get their quads, pick them up, we'll have a chat about these. What they're all fighting for today. What they're fighting for is this. It is our lovely golden trophy. The fastest pilot here today will be lifting our lovely gold trophy and taking that away for bragging rights. And we've like neatly matched up the gold star with the floating star on the ceiling. I'm sure everyone appreciates that. This is what they're aiming for. Only the fastest pilot will get to walk away with this at the end of the day. and we will be whittling our way down to those. But up next, we want to welcome to the stage Brummy, Jaggers, James TX, and KPV. So our quads are plugged in. Some lovely colors up there, matching our pilots, of course. Oh, looks like we need a replug. KPV. Give it a wiggle, give it a bash. I think we might have to send you on your way. One more chance. It's working. A good old wiggle fixes everything. So KPV's up and running. We'll get you guys flying as soon as possible.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And it looks like James TX with the green quad is off the line first, closely chased by Jaggers, with Brummy taking a tour around the tower and just clipping the star at the top there. KPV has failed to proceed. His quad is not a happy bunny, just sat on the floor on the starting block. Brummy's quad's on the floor, but he's back up. And it is all about Jaggers and James TX. They are down and flying. Look at them go. We've got gold drone being chased by green drone. They absolutely zip around the Blackpool Tower, all lit up. And Jaggers and James have really got that nailed going up and over the start line. It's a beautiful hop up and over there. But they are all orbiting the Blackpool Tower now, coming into the deck chair of doom. James TX just gets a little bit rejected by the gate just there. Where's Jaggers gone? Jaggers has taken a tumble. But he's back up and running. It looks like James TX is having a really nice smooth fly, and until of course the commentator curses him and he goes down. Now I have to admit I have a little bit of a soft spot for James. He is representing Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. That's our club. We're putting on this race here to you today. And he's running our green colour. So
Finish your lap.
As James comes around and parks it in the crash gate, give him a big cheer for James TX. We're not going to show too much favoritism, but maybe a little bit we'll get away with. That's fine. I'm sure commentators are allowed to have favorites. That's got to be allowed. Unfortunately, KPV had a terrible time there, but just at the end, he manages to get it off the ground. So thank you very much, pilots. Do you want to go and collect your quads? And he can fly after all that. Now the gates in front of you are all lit up with LEDs, the square gates and the hexagonal gates and those big rod gates. They are all homemade. They're made at home by various enthusiastic individuals up and down the country. They're mostly 3D printed parts and PVC conduit, which you can buy from your local hardware store. If you fancy giving this a go and setting up some gates at home, you can print off those parts. And the best place to go is the Killer Quads Conduit Whoop Gate project. I know it's a little bit of a mouthful, but if you check out our website or any of the other Whoop websites, you will be able to find links to them where you can download them and print them at home. And they are beautiful, lit up in LEDs like this in the dark. So we're going to move on to our next race now. If we want to call out Scooby Air, Wong Legend, and Blueprint. So our pilots are going to get their quads on the line, get their goggles down and their thumbs up.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. And it looks like Blueprint is leading Scooby Air around the Blackpool Tower, but he's not going to get much space with Wong Legend with the bright green drone following behind them, but can he get through that star? Yes, he can, and he's on his way around. Our pilot's taking their first tour of the track just here. Getting them lined up, making sure they know their way around, and they're going to be starting to push for their best times. The pilots are going to be looking to get their top 2 consecutive laps, so they're going to get a time for how fast they can go around the track twice. And they want to do that as quickly as possible, making sure they hit all of the hoops, go around all of the obstacles in the correct order to complete the track. Now this hobby is a very honourable hobby. You know, we're all just individuals flying around, having a good time. And when we come to a race, we all get very excited and want to do the best we can. But because it's a very honourable hobby and we like to maintain that in the community, if you miss a gate, you turn around, go back, go and get that gate again. So it doesn't matter if you miss a gate, but you're going to have to go back and get it. And the guys here are very good at knowing their way around the track now and working out if they've missed a gate or if they've taken a tumble. They'll just cycle round and go and get that gate again. Make sure they do. Of course, if they miss a gate, they will be docked that lap. And if they've done a quick one, then they'll miss out. But these guys are very good, so it doesn't happen very often. Oh, it looks like Wong Legend just got rejected by the deck chair of doom as the buzzer goes. So they've got 30 seconds to finish their laps and go and park it in the crash gate. In he goes, and another one, in he goes. And that's our wrap. Thank you very much, pilots. Excellent race. So our pilots are getting a hang of the track. Out there in YouTube land, out there in the audience, does everybody know the track? Yeah, maybe. As you watch the race, you will work out where the drones are going to be going. They're brightly colored. You will see them track around this over and over again until you know the track, back to front, left, right, up, down, sideways, all over the place. But coming up next are our next pilots. We can welcome to the stage Dirty McStinky, The Han, and Archie FPV. Pilots just getting themselves plugged in, making sure they've got everything working. Look at those beautiful LEDs. We love those. And the goggles down and the thumbs are up, so let's send them on their way. Second time out on track, Dirty McStinky, Archie, and the Han. They're going to be looking to start getting those good times now. They've got their safety laps in. Now they want to start stretching themselves. And you will see just how fast these guys can go. Out in front with the multicolour drone. Just going through the start is Dirty McStinky. Followed closely by Archie with the gold drone. And the Han with the also multicolored drone, it seems. So we just had a couple of rejections there as they get spat down to the floor. The Han's going to go back up and take on that star. Nicely done. And that's what I mean about being an honourable sport. He crashed out on the star, but he went back to get it, and that's what we like to see. But Dirty McStinky is missing in action. I can't see his whoop flying. Where has it gone? He's left the track open and clear for Archie and the Han. And Archie is in the crash gate. He's happy with his laps, leaving the Han out on track. He's got clear air. Time to let it rip. The Han, one of our pilots from Drone Circle, which is near Manchester, just popping back for that gate. We love that. Well done.
Finish your lap and then land.
Oh. Just wants to finish off and get back into that crash gate. Nicely done, the Han.
Race
Very
over.
well done, pilots. Thank you very much. Let's pop down to the front and have a chat with Dirty McStinky just there. Where did your drone end up?
In the crash gate.
In the crash gate. Oh, right. Come up to the front here. Say hi to everyone.
Hello!
This is Dirty McStinky, one of my favourite named pilots of the whole club. You've got a bright pink controller there. What one's that?
It's the Boxer Crush,
And why is it pink?
because I had the option to pick it.
Yeah, it's a very cool drone. What you'll find in the Whoop community is everybody likes the bright colours, likes the bright LEDs and things. So where do you guys usually fly?
So it's Hamworth Tiny Whip Club. It's Teddington Conservative Club every Tuesdays from 7:30 till 10. Everyone's welcome. We encourage people to sign up to the event through IFPV because that's where we basically post all of the information about the event. So every new pilot that's coming in gets that straight up the front. And then they can also contact us through that page as well if they have any questions.
Yeah. So you want to check out Hamworth Tiny Whip Club. They're available on the socials, and if you want to book onto a race, they're very welcome. They're very nice guys down there. You can come down, give a go with some whoops.
Everyone's welcome.
Down in West London.
Yep.
Brilliant. Nice to talk to you. See you in a bit. So let's welcome to the stage our next pilots. We have Cruise FPV, Dan Carpy and Gen X. It looks like Gen X needs a quick replug, having a bit of whoop trouble. might need some repairs this afternoon, but he's plugged and he looks like he's working. Excellent. So the pilots are going to put their goggles down, get their thumbs up, and we will send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And that's Dan Carpy jumping off the line there with the green quad. You can see why he ended up being the Tiny Whip champion in the UK, but of course, as soon as I say that, he crashes into one of the gates twice. He's going to line back up. There we go, all the way through. It looks like one of our quads has found a hole in the stage. It looks like... Who's that? Is that Cruise FPV stuck there? Oh no, Cruise. But this leaves the air open and clear for Dan Carpy and Gen X. Dan Carpy going down again on the deck chair of doom. Couple of pilots being caught out by that. Cruise going... Gen X going round to start his next lap, around the disco ball, now getting chased by Dan Carpy. Both of them are into the tower. Look how glorious that tower looks right now. Through the star and onto the deck chair of doom. Of doom. These pilots can do as many laps as they can in 2 minutes. And with 20-second laps, they are going to be putting in plenty. So they've got plenty of chances to get that top 2 consecutive time. Dan Carpy's really got the track dialed in now, but I better not curse him with the commentator's curse.
Finish your lap and then land.
That's your time. Go and park yourself in the crash gate. Lovely. Cruise taking direct line there to the crash gate. Thank you very much, pilots. And now all the pilots have had a few races, they'll have had some times. Let's go and check out our qualifications leaderboard and see where they line up. There we are. So on the left of your screen, you can see our leaderboard. We have Dan Carpy currently sitting in first, 2 consecutive laps in 33 seconds. That means he's doing a lap in under 20 seconds. He's doing a lap in under... What's that, 15? That's like under 17 seconds a lap. 17 seconds to get all the way around that. So Dan Carpy sitting in first, Dirty McStinky in second, Archie in third, The Han in fourth, James TX in fifth, Blueprint in sixth. And we'll scroll down a little bit and check out whoever's next. Well, that's your top 5 at the moment. There we are. Gen X in 7th, Scooby Air in 8th, Wong Legend in 9th, Jaggers in 10th. And up next, we have Brummy, we have Jaggers, we have James TX, and we have KPV.
Welcome to Blackpool's Luminair drone race. And your host, Mini Rolls Rule.
So our pilots are going to get plugged in. Looks like KPV's having a trouble. Hello. Looks like KPV's going to be sitting this one out. The other 2 pilots, the other 3 pilots, we're just waiting for one guy to get his goggles down. Looks like Brummy's having an issue just there. And he's up. Excellent. Right, let's send these quads on the way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. After a little technical, Brummie's up and running, which is nice to see. But these two pilots at the front here, the yellow quad is Jaggers, the green quad is James TX. They are very evenly matched and really enjoy chasing each other around. Let's go live on board with our pilots and see how they fly, because this is what they see in their goggles. Jaggers just getting a bit rejected by the star there. Let's James TX go through. And it is James TX chasing down Jaggers. You can see him in his FPV feed there, and he's just ahead of him. That's beautiful coming through there. As they go into the tower, crossing backwards and forwards, getting ready for that rotating star. Now Jaggers has set it moving again. And Brummie going down on the timing gate. He seems to be upside down. Can he self-right? Yes, he can. And the reason he can self-right after a crash is they have a special mode on their transmitter. It's called turtle mode, because when you're stuck on your back and you can't get onto your feet, you are a little turtle. So they flick it into turtle mode, spin the propellers in the wrong direction, and it flips the quad the right way up, so they can carry on flying. Looks like Brummie's getting a little lost there, going the wrong way through those hoops. But James and Jaggers having some nice clean air, setting some really good lap times here. Looking at the smooth flying of James TX in that green quad. And Jaggers as well, he's going to go park it in the crash gate. He's happy with his laps. And on board with Brummie as he takes
Finish
a
your
nice
lap
tour
and
of
then
our tower. Little tap of the star as he goes round. And Brummie's ended up on the floor. Is he up? He's up! And we'll go and park in the crash gate.
Race over.
It's awesome sauce. Well done, pilots. Thank you very much. Round of applause. So the pilot's going to go collect their whoops from the crash gate, and we'll send the next three on their way. Please, can I introduce to you Scooby Air, Wong Legend, and Blueprint. They're all lit up and ready to go. Goggles down and thumbs up.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Wow, crashing around all over the place. Wong Legend goes down with his bright green quad. He's stuck on his back, but turtle mode saves him. He's up. We've got a nice chase going on here. Blueprint chasing Scooby Air around the tower. Scooby Air and Blueprint, both Birmingham Tiny Whoopers pilots, all just getting caught up on the deck chair of doom. I don't know how he's managed to land there, but he slides to the bottom, and now he can carry on flying. He's up, there we go. So these pilots trying to push their times. Oh, we've just had someone bang into the net and fly across the whole arena. Wong Legend really going for it, really pushing the speed, and unfortunately just getting caught out by the netting there. But he's back up and running, looking to get 2 fastest consecutive laps up to the star and to the deck chair of doom that claims another quad. Goes down. Blueprint looks a little bit lost down there in the center, but he's back under the umbrella. He's got his bearings. He knows the right way. Up over the starting gate with a multicolored.
Finish your lap and then land.
Looks like One Legend is just caught under the deck chair of doom. He's found himself a corner to get stuck in, but if he goes and parks in the crash gate, that'll be our lot. Thank you very much, pilots. Excellent flying. Now I'm going to pop down to the front here and have a quick chat with everybody. Because not only are you able to watch us race around with these crazy little craft, but you can get your hands on some drones while you're here. You don't just have to watch us do it, you can play with it as well. So if you want to get your hands and try flying this, if you think you can do what this is, head on upstairs to the Try and Fly zone. We have the BDRA, the British Drone Racing Association, hosting a Try and Fly up there. They have a load of little drones exactly the same size as this, that you can get your hands on and fly. They've got a big netted area and you can crash them about as much as you like and have a go yourself. So thank you very much to the BDRA. You can find them at bdra.uk, and that's where you'll find out all the different clubs up and down the country. Not only that, if you want to see what it looks like for the pilots, you can come down to the front of the arena where we have our FPV hot laps. That's where you get to try on the goggles, you get to sit in the hot seat just like the pilots and see what they're seeing. You can wear the goggles and be made completely motion sick as they fly around at high speed in our amazing arena. But without further ado, we'll introduce the next pilots coming up to get their best times. Please welcome to the stage Dirty McStinky, The Han, and Archie FPV.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. Once again, Dirty McStinky, Archie, and the Han all heading out to try and get their best times. But that is causing a problem. The star has turned and it makes things a little less flowy to get through after the tower. You're going to have to line up for that one a little differently. Our pilots, all pros here, of course, are going to be able to deal with that. But is that going to impact their times? That's the question. 2 quads neck and neck. That is Dirty McStinky with the Han following him around the deck chair of doom. And Archie FPV with the bright yellow quad chasing down them as well. And it looks like Dirty McStinky got rejected by the deck chair of doom and all of his lights went out. I'm wondering if his quads become unplugged. Has the battery popped out? We'll have to find out. But that leaves Archie FPV and the Han zipping around the tower. Archie is happy with his laps. He's parked it in the crash gate. The Han coming around the deck chair of doom, just lining back up. Oh, just gets a little tap there, sends him spiraling. Neatly resetting to finish off that feature before wrapping the umbrella around the start finish box, around our jump and into the crash
Finish your
gates.
lap and then land.
Thank
Race
you
over.
much, pilots. Very good flying. Let's pop down and have a quick chat with Archie, shall we? Sorry, buddy, I'm going to nick you. Come and stay up here. Hi there. How you doing, Archie?
Good.
Did I get your age right? Are you 16?
Yeah,
So when did you start flying drones?
about 5 years ago.
5 years ago. So when you were 11, you started flying drones. What did you start with?
A Tiny Hawk.
Tiny Hawk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a set.
So when you got the Tiny Hawk, what came with it?
The controller, goggles, giant batteries, everything.
So do you think that got you started up and running really quickly? Yeah. Were you able? Where did you take that when you got that set?
Hamworth.
And how did you find them?
I'm not Facebook. Yeah.
Excellent. So another drone pilot from the Hanworth Club, and thank you very much, Archie. We'll see you in another race soon. Hopefully you'll be able to improve on your time. But next up, let's see Let's see which pilots we've got up next. Please can I welcome to the stage Cruise FPV, Dan Carpy and Gen X. Gen X with his super reliable blue drone there, getting it plugged in. So one of the lessons learned is you need an extra battery just in case you plug in the wrong one. So Gen X is going to pop in a fresh battery, make sure those LEDs are fully lit. So goggles down and thumbs up, we'll get your pilots flying.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. These pilots are really starting to push it now. Dan Carpy absolutely sending that drone around as fast as he can. The poor little props are going to be ripping hot by the end of this run. Dan Carpy with the green drone there, of course. We've got Gen X with the blue, making a nice smooth lap, trying to get his best 2 consecutive. And Cruz with a nice red drone going around the top of the Blackpool Tower now. Nice slice through the star before heading over to the deck chair of doom. But Cruz has gone down. Gen X has gone down. Can they get back up? Yes, turtle mode saves Gen X. Cruz is back up and running. Oh, Dan Carping having a bit of a tap there, getting a bit rejected. Up and over. Oh, just banging into the back of the start gate. But he's up and running. No time to lose.
Finish your lap and
that's
then
it.
land.
Oh, getting caught up on the deck chair again, but finishing off his lap. He's going to send it nicely home into the crash gate. Very
Race
well
over.
done, pilots. Thank you very much. Let's pop down and have a quick chat with Cruz there. How you doing?
Okay.
Bring your quad to the front. Let's show everyone what you're flying. So, Cruz, welcome. How you doing?
Not great.
How is that going for you? You seem to have lost a few LEDs on the side there.
Yeah, I think it's a break in the line. Yeah, somewhere.
They take a bit of a pounding, these, don't they? But it's,
They do, yes. Yeah.
how often do you reckon you could crash before something serious breaks?
I think it might have just happened.
Right, okay.
I can get off the ground.
I see. So, you're going to have a bit of work to do in the pits there?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let you crack on with that then, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers. So we're going to send our next pilots up. It's starting to get serious now. They are looking for their fastest 2 consecutive laps. Let's go and check out our leaderboard and see where we are. And we have sitting in first place Dan Carpy. In second, Dirty McStinky. In third, Archie FPV. Fourth is James TX. Jaggers in fifth. The Han in sixth. Blueprint in seventh. Gen X in eighth. Scooby Air in ninth. Wong Legend in 10th. And Cruise FPV in 11th. And lastly, but no means least, is Brummy in 12th. So, now the pilots are going to start pushing things. They've had their safety laps. Time to get them going their fastest. Please welcome to the stage, Brummy, Jaggers, James TX, and KPV. So our lovely pilots have popped their quads down there, all lovely lit up. And when their goggles down and their thumbs are up, we'll send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off, all working hard to get those fast laps. Getting a couple of rejections off the star there. But it is spinning wildly now. It's going to make things real interesting to get those fast laps if they're going to have to adjust course for our hanging star. So KPV in the red quad, lining up nicely. He's usually a 5-inch drone flyer, which is the bigger type of drones, and he's switched over to these tiny whoops to be able to fly them during winter, because flying indoors is a lot more fun than flying outdoors when it's rainy and snowy. So we've converted him to the whoop side. It's like the dark side, but it's covered in LEDs. We've got a nice battle here going on between Jaggers and James TX. Look at them both shooting around the Blackpool Tower, chasing each other up to the star. Nicely, 1-2 through, no rejections, into the deck chair of doom. Under the umbrella of, what are we going to call the umbrella? Umbrella of disappointment? No, that's a bit sad, isn't it? The umbrella of unbelievableness. Oh, and it looks like Jaggers has had a bit of a collision with the floor.
Finish your lap.
Looks like
and
he's
then
stuck in amongst the netting. But he's up. He's up and flying. But the buzzer's gone, so he's going to go and park it in the crash gate to finish off his laps. 1, 2, 3, and... Who's that? I'm not sure which pod that is. Everyone give a big round of applause for the last drone into the crash gate. Well
Race
done,
over.
pilots. So our pilots are going to collect their quads, and they are hoping that that was good enough. But we're going to welcome onto the stage now. We're going to have Scooby Air, Wong Legend, and Blueprint. Big round of applause for our pilots that are coming out here.
arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5. This is the last time these pilots are going to be flying. They're going to be pushing as hard as they can. Blueprint just getting a touchdown there. He's looking to get his best lap times possible. Missing both of those. He's going to have to line up again. There he goes. Through the top of the deck chair and through the hex gates on the deck chair. Nice honourable flying there by Blueprint. We like that. Blueprint, another one of my personal favourites. He is in the net. So maybe I shouldn't talk about him while he's crashing. Let's talk about Wong Legend instead in the bright green drone. Certainly another one of my favourites, sporting the BTW colours of bright green. But not from BTW. He is, I believe, an SGDC pilot. All the way from Gloucester, coming up to Blackpool to race with us today. And we're very pleased to have him representing his club here at the Lightpool Luminair drone race. But as I'm talking about him, he goes down. The commentator curse strikes again, but he's up. Hopefully not lost too much time. Blueprint with the multicolour drone going around the top of the Blackpool Tower. He is flying just ahead of Scuba Air with the red drone.
Finish your
Both
lap
of these
and then
pilots
land.
are from BTW, representing Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, our club, bringing you this drone race here in Blackpool at the Pleasure Beach. And the buzzer's gone, so the pilots are going to go and land in the crash gate. 1, 2, and Wong Legend
Race
getting very
over.
excited, wanting to start another lap, but that'll be that. Thank you very much, pilots. Excellent flying. Beautiful slow-mo there of them coming into the crash gate. So we are rapidly running through our qualifications. We've just got one more qualification round left, and then we'll be able to bring you where they are. So hold on tight, folks. This will be the last round up. This will be the last flight, and then we'll be into our finals, where every race will count. Every race will make a difference to who wins, who loses, who goes home empty-handed, and who lifts our gold trophy here today at the Lightpool Luminair. So for the last race of qualifying, we have, welcome to the stage, Dirty McStinky, The Han, and Archie FBV. And our pilot's just getting their quads plugged in. As you can see, they've been absolutely battering these poor things all day, so no doubt they're having a few technicals, but they're all plugged in on the starting line. Look how wonderfully lit up they are. So this will be their last time to get qualifying. Expect them to go absolutely hell for leather. But I was speaking to Dirty McStinky earlier, and his slow as smooth, smooth as fast approach usually pays off for him, so we'll see if he goes.
Arm your
for that
quads,
today. Here we
starting
go.
on the tone in less than 5.
Neck and neck, Dirty McStinky and Archie FPV and the Han. They are all absolutely blistering through. 1, 2, 3 through the star, not a problem at all. But the Han just clips the edge of that gate on the deck chair of doom and goes down. Quickly followed by Dirty McStinky, takes a tumble as well, but back up and running, no hassle, leaving some clear air for that Archie and the yellow quad. Dirty McStinky takes a tumble, back up and running, no problems. Now Archie and Dirty are both from the Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club down in West London. They have a weekly whoop session which you can join in. You can get a whoop off the shelf, bring it along, they'll help set it up, they'll help get you flying and welcome you to our wonderful world of whoops. Yep, that's a wonderful world of whoops. Oh, Dirty McStinky seems to have disappeared off onto the floor off stage, probably aiming for the crash gate, but may not have quite made it there. Archie popping over the start-finish block, and into the crash gate goes Archie, leaving just the hand to finish off his laps. He's got time, he can go round. Oh, a bit of a rejection from the disco ball. All eyes on you, the Han. No pressure. One umbrella. And he's going to go and clip something else and pile off the stage. Who knows where he's ended up? Well,
Finish your
that's all we
lap
got time
and
for
then
on that
land.
race. The Han's going to have to park it in the crash gate.
Race over.
And go and collect your whoops. Thank you very much, pilots. Excellent flying. I hope you got the times you wanted, because that was your last chance So let's take a little look at our qualification table and see where people stand. The everything update, lovely. And looks like we have Dan Carpy in first. We have Archie FPV in second. Dirty McStinky in third. Oh, Archie and Dirty, you are so close. 37 and 37.93. Just 9/10 of a second in it between these two. That is incredibly fast. James TX, very close to Dirty McStinky. What's that, 2/10 of a, no, that's a bit few more. 3 seconds and 2 seconds. 2 seconds gap. 2 seconds to James TX. In fourth, we have Jaggers in fifth, The Han in sixth, Blueprint in seventh, Scooby Air in eighth, the Gen X in ninth, Wong Legend in 10th, KPV in 11th, Cruise FPV in 12th, and the Brummy in 13th. So that's where we stand now. But up next, please, can we welcome to the stage Cruise FPV, Dan Carpy, and Gen X FPV. As our pilots take their seats and make themselves comfortable, this will be a fast one for them, looking to get as fast times as possible in their last chance here.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are up and running. Dan Carpy in the green drone, really showing what that drone can do. Up and over the start block and around the disco ball, through the start finish gate, round the base of the tower, up and over, around the top of the tower, lining up for our wandering star, across the top of the deck chair of doom, round the pole, down to the bottom of the deck chair of deck chair of June? June, it's not June, it's October. And before I even know it, he's on to his next lap. Blisteringly fast Dan Carpy. But it's not all about Dan. We've got Gen X FPV and Cruise FPV from the SGDC club down in Gloucester. They're here flying with us, doing really well and showing that even if you fly 5-inch, you can come and fly whoops and have a great time. And it looks like Cruise FPV just gets knocked to the floor there, just as Gen X does as well. But they reset real quick and they're up and running. Dan Carpy stretching that lipo to the limits as he zips round. Really screaming those props. But just gets a bit rejected on the deck chair. But he lines back up again and he's neck and neck with Gen X. Putting him off, it looks a little bit there, but Gen X doesn't mind. He's back up and running, quick as you like.
Finish your lap and then land.
And that's your lot, pilots. You want to finish your laps, park it in the crash gate. I hope you got the times you wanted, because that's all we get. Cruise seems to be going on a little
race
tour.
over.
There we go. Into the crash gate. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, pilots. Very well done. And we're on to our final race of qualifying. So please can we welcome to the stage, we have Brummy, Jaggers, James TX, and KPV. This is the last round of qualifying for these pilots. Has KPV's drone been fixed? Will he fly? We will find out shortly. Dunno. Bit on edge. We'll see what happens. Oh, they've even managed to get their drones on the same pads for the coloured titles. That's very organised of them, isn't it? So as they get settled on the line, oh, need a replug for Brummy. He's replugged. That should sort him out. Oh, we've got another replug. No. Jax is fine. Thumbs up from him. Okay. When Brummy's happy. Okay, pilots, here we go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Jagger's practicing his fast starts there. Already into the tower. Oh, but Brummy just finds the edge of that speaker on the front of the stage there and just gets knocked back. But it doesn't set him back for long, he says, until he lands on the floor. But Jagger's way out in front. That quick start really paid off for him. He is already into the... Oh, but a midair with KPV sends him to the floor. That's just really bad luck. But he didn't stay down for long. He's still way out in front. But he is being chased very quickly by KPV and James TX in the green quad. So it is yellow, red, green, blue is your order. Yellow, Jaggers comes to start a lap. Blues, Brummy starts a lap. KPV's in red starts a lap. And James TX in green starts a lap. So let's see if they can get around to their fastest times yet. But Jaggers goes down on the deck chair of doom. So does James TX, so does KPV. They're all struggling with the deck chair of doom. But they're back up and running. Brummy just getting caught up by the disco ball. Oh, it looks like he's trapped under a wire or something. I don't know if he's going to be able to self-recover. The turtle mode doesn't seem to be turtling. Turtle, turtle, turtle. KPV also on his lid under the deck chair of doom. He's not proceeding. He's not moving. I can't hear any motors whirring. We've got one drone flying. It looks like Jaggers has parked up in the crash gate. Oh, but has Brummy unstuck himself? He might have. James is just casually using the air.
Finish your lap and then land.
Getting his laps in. Smoothly does it, does James. I really like James's flying style. It's always really smooth, and he's always so much faster than me. It's really frustrating. But we've got two quads down on stage. We've got one flying through the air into the crash gate, two in the crash gate. Thank you very much, pilots. Excellent flying. Let's go and have a quick chat with Brummy FPV. What happened there? I'm going to come up to the front here, Brummy. Brummy, what happened there?
The LED wires.
Oh, are they getting caught up in it? Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that.
Around the prop,
So is that a critical wire, or is that just an LED wire?
LED wire.
LED wire.
Yeah.
So you can carry on flying?
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, well, we are finished qualifying now. How do you think you did? You happy with your flying?
No.
No? Okay, well.
Holding everyone up.
You weren't holding everyone up. Everyone enjoys flying with you. So we'll get on to the double eliminations. Who's your hot pick for who's going to win double eliminations?
Oh, that'll be the young lad, isn't it?
Young lad, you reckon Archie?
Archie, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, Archie's real quick, our young 16-year-old.
Yeah, right, we'll catch up with you later. Thank you very much. Big round of applause for our pilots. They've finished qualifying. And now this is what they're going to be fighting for. We are going to go into our double eliminations finals. They are qualified from top to bottom, and we are going to put them into our double eliminations tree, where they will fight for the Lightpool Luminair trophy. Can I get an ooh? Yeah. Can I get a ah? Ah, yes. Our lovely trophy here is going to be taken away by one of our pilots. Only one can walk away with it, and we're going to find out soon who that is. But in the meantime, let me talk to you about what else is going on here at the Lightpool Luminair drone race. We have up in the gallery the Try and Fly, run by the British Drone Racing Association. They have a load of whoops up there that you can get your hands on and try and fly them. If you think you can do this, and you can because it's not very difficult, you can go up there and give it a go and see if you can get through some hoops, see if you can land on some points and learn to be a drone racing pilot. But that's not all you can get your hands on. We also have our wonderful partners, Drone Soccer. They have brought along one of their drone soccer pitches, which is an inflatable netted cube with five-a-side football, but with drones. That's right. All of these pilots are doing their absolute damnedest to not crash, because if you crash, it takes so long to recover, you lose your best times. But if you want to crash drones, Drone Soccer is a place to go, because you are playing soccer with drones. The drones are inside soccer balls. They're little cages that enclose the drones, and you bounce them into each other to stop your opposing team from scoring in your goal, just like in football. If, you know, fouling in football was allowed, that's what it would be like. But with drones. So give it a go with the Drone Soccer guys upstairs in the gallery. They'd love to see you and introduce this brand new drone sport to the UK, and we think it will be amazing in the time to come, because over in Korea they have schools up and down the country. In China they've got schools all over the place. Very, very competitive teams over in China. They just had the World Cup in Korea, and we sent over a UK team who did rather well for us, bearing in mind it was our first year competing in that. So check out Drone Soccer. And of course, if you are down in the arena checking out the racing here today, you can also try on an FPV set of goggles at the front here with our FPV Hot Laps. Birmingham Tiny Whoopers have put together a load of goggles for you to put on, and you can fly like the pilots. You can get behind their goggles, see what the drone sees, and take a tour of our track here. So I'm going to head back up to the stage, and we will talk about the double eliminations final next. So our pilots have been ranked top to bottom. They've been put into the double eliminations tree. This tree works from the left into the center. So every pilot is listed down the left there, 1 to 4. There'll be 4 races. They will be racing, and these races count. These are the ones that you need to pay attention to, because if you come in first or second, we call you a winner, and you progress towards the championship final in the middle there. If you come in third or fourth, unfortunately, you've lost a life. We will talk to you a bit later on. So at the moment, we're looking for the first and second. We want to know who comes in first and second in these races. If you come in third and fourth, you will lose a life, and we will talk to you later in the redemption bracket. You will have lost a life. So if we want to welcome to the stage our first set of pilots, we will bring them up on. We have James TX, Blueprint, Wong Legend, and Brummy. So the pilot's no longer going for the fastest lap time. You don't have to get the fastest lap time anymore. You have to cross the start-finish line which is the one down at the front there before anybody else. You want to come in first and second place. First is the best, second is good, you got through there by the skin of your teeth, third is bad, fourth is real bad. So, first and second, that's what we're looking for. But you'll only lose one life, so we'll catch up with them later, but the pilots are all plugged in, and we will get them on their way. Goggles down, thumbs up, here we go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off, and already someone hits the netting and goes down hard. Will he be able to recover? That looks like Brummy on his lid. Had some bad luck in the last one, but will he be able to get up and flying? At the moment, we have James TX in first, followed by Blueprint in red. Wong Legend in blue in third, and Brummy with the white LEDs in fourth. So at the moment, it's looking like Wong Legend and Brummy are going to lose a life, but can they catch up? James TX and Blueprint. Neck and neck, they go into the base of the Blackpool Tower. Blueprint getting a little lost there, needs to reset. But he's through the star, but that James TX goes down, gives Blueprint a chance to catch up. Blueprint takes the lead, he's in first. But James TX is just a little quicker, takes it back from him. These guys, they only need first and second. You don't have to do it. You don't have to race to the death. But we want to see some racing. We want to see how fast these pilots can go. James TX has disappeared. He's in the crash gate. So is Blueprint. Wong Legend and Brummy just finishing off. Looks like they're going to take third and fourth. Nicely done by Wong Legend there. Oh, and he just goes down. Commentator's curse, dropping him off. But Brummy takes third place as he goes into the crash gate. As Brummy goes into the crash gate. As Brummy goes into the crash gate. No, he's not listening. And Wong Legend has failed to proceed. I don't know where he is. And that's our pilots. Thank you very much. Excellent flying. Looks like James TX and Blueprint go through. And one legend has disappeared off the screen when I was going to come down and chat to him. But no worries, James TX is here. Come and have a chat with me. Hi, James. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you. Where do you fly, James?
I fly with Birmingham Tiny Whoopers.
Yes, you do. A little bit bias here. My personal favourite. The club was set up in 2018, and then you started flying in what, like 20?
It must have been a year or two now I joined. Yeah.
Yeah. But you've been flying bigger drones for a lot longer, haven't you?
Yeah. So I started on 5-inch drones and then worked my way down to the smaller ones.
And why do you like the tiny whoops then?
Well, they're a lot less expensive when you crash them.
Yes, they are a lot less expensive. And like, if you crash a 5-inch drone, how expensive is that? What would you expect to replace?
Worst case, you're looking at about 50 to 100 quid. It depends what breaks. Normally, you can kind of just replace one component on the drone and repair it, and then it's a bit cheaper. But it depends how bad the crash is. Yeah. But if you're going fast, then more things go wrong.
So what was your worst crash? What was the most expensive crash you had with a 5-inch?
I get quite lucky most of the time. I normally just break an arm of the drone, so then you can just replace a bit of carbon and then it's good to go again.
Excellent. That is really lucky, because I've seen things blow up in smoke. Have you ever had that happen?
I have not yet.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But when you crash a whoop, they just bounce.
Yeah, you just get back up again, and then it's fine.
So we're crashing all over the stage here, and that just shows you we can go full throttle around here, crash, and the drones get back up and running. Do you practice at home?
Sometimes. I prefer it when I'm racing other people, though. It really it makes you push yourself to get faster and faster.
Yes, exactly. And so thank you very much, James. We will see you coming up shortly in some more races, because you went through on that race. You came in first and second, which is lovely. So one of my pilots from Birmingham Tiny Whippers progresses. We love that. But up next, let's see who is coming up. We have Dirty McStinky, The Han, and Scooby Air. Oh, Stinky has had a technical and won't be joining us, so we'll be sending these guys around for a parade lap, it seems. Unfortunately, Stinky's had a bad day at the office. So these guys are going to be flying for bragging rights.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. So flying for bragging rights, we have the Han with the multicolored drone and Scooby Air with the red drone. Oh, and just as the Han comes across the line, he clips something and lets Scooby Air go through. So Scooby Air in first, followed by the Han. Currently looking like he's going to take those bragging rights. Can the Han catch him up? Keeping a nice lead, but the Han's a quick pilot. He's one of the ones I've been flying against for several years now, and it's always back and forth. I can never tell whether I'm catching him or not, because he's quick. Every time I feel like I'm getting better, he comes and pulls out a fast one, and I have to try harder. But Scooby Air just missing the star there, having to reset, and lets the Han go through. So the Han is in first, followed by Scooby Air after that reset. The Han up and over, round 2, the disco ball. And into the crash gate, first place for the Han, round of applause. Here comes Scooby Air taking second. Well done, pilots, thank you very much. Shame that Dirty McStinky couldn't join us. We'll catch up with him later. So, with 2 rounds done, let's go back to our double eliminations tree and see what the scores are on the doors. So if you look there on the left of your screen, you will see race 1 and 2 is complete. The top 2 pilots get their trophies and they move on to race 5. In race 2 we have the Han and Scooby Air. Unfortunately, Dirty McStinky had a bad time with his quad, back of house, didn't join us. So they progress on to race 5 as well. But coming up next we have a slight pause. We seem to be missing someone on our race director is just solving a couple of problems in the background. So while our race director sorts out the back of house things, I want to point your eyes at the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers website. That is the place to find out about what's going on in the Whoop world
We have brought together the best information we can about the Whoop world and presented it for you in our blog. There's lots of interesting articles there about not only Whoops but also 5-inch, because recently we had pilots go out and take part in the World Championship races. We also had one of our pilots take part in the British World Champions, and we've caught up with them and had an interview with them on there. So if you want to learn about drone racing, learn about the pilots that are making waves in the drone scene, check out our blog on the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers website. You can scan the QR code there, or find us on Facebook at Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. But now we have our pilots ready to come out on stage. Please welcome Archie FPV, Jaggers, and Gen X FPV.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. Some fast pilots here, Archie and Jaggers. Oh, but Jaggers goes down, needs to reset. Leaving So Jaggers up and over, starting his second lap. Archie hot on his tail after a bobble, with Gen X taking third. Archie's not going to be happy to come second to the old man Jaggers. I'm sure he's going to be pushing. And he pushes and just clips the deck chair of doom and goes down. So Jaggers is in first, and it looks like Gen X has a chance here to catch and take second. Gen X also goes down. We've got 2 whoops down and just Jaggers flying. He's comfy out in first. 2 whoops are down. Archie, Gen X, where are you? Archie's back. And he's down again. Oh gosh. But he's flying, that's what matters. So we've got first and second. Do we have a third drone? We do have a third drone. Gen X, he's flying. Jaggers is done, he's parked up. Archie's going to come around and take second. He's going to be happy with that. He goes through. Unfortunately, Gen X will be coming in third and losing a life from this race, but we will be catching up with him later. Oh. So landing in the crash gate, thank you very much, pilots. Excellent race. Archie and Jaggers go through. Unfortunately, Gen X loses a life, but we will see him again in the redemption bracket. Coming up next, we've got some fast pilots here for you. We have Dan Carpy and KPV and Cruise FPV. Our pilots are plugged in. Will KPV's quad last a round? That's the question, because these races matter. These are the ones where if you come in third or fourth, you get a loss of life. So with the goggles down and the thumbs up, let's send our pilots on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off, and Dan Carpy immediately off and running. KPV does not want to give up. He wants to show these whoopers that a 5-inch pilot is the way to run. But he has to go back and get that second gate. He doesn't want to be eliminated. So he goes and get it, and Dan Carpy goes down, giving KPV the edge. KPV takes first, Dan Carpy in second, with Cruz in third. This is it now. Can Dan Carpy catch KPV? This is the first time today Dan Carpy's been stressed out by another drone pilot. KPV, very fast, one of the fastest pilots in the UK, but he goes down, and just as he does, Dan Carpy goes through. Candarpy? Is that a word? Dan Carpy goes into first. KPV needing a reset there, and because Dan is so quick, he's already half a lap ahead, but he's not giving up. His whoop is flying. KPV is on his tail, but it's not over for Cruz. Cruz is just cruising. Dan Carpy makes another mistake, giving chance for KPV to catch him up, but a bobble on the deck chair of doom. Everyone getting caught out there. And Dan Carpy is done his 3 laps into the crash gate. Well done, Dan Carpy. KPV following him in. Nice landing in the crash gate. Seals his place in second to go through on the winners bracket. Cruz cruising around, very worthy pilot, just can't make the pace of these ones. Comes in third, very well flown. Congratulations, pilots. What a finish.
Race over.
Wow, the racing has really turned up a notch. So if we pop back to our eliminations tree, we'll see what the scores are on the doors. And here we have it. So our first 4 races are won. Anybody with a cross has lost a life. They will be headed into the redemption bracket. Only the winners in first and second will be moving up the tree into races 5 and 6. So, coming up next, we have race 5, which is James TX, Blueprint, The Han, and Scooby Air. So the pilots are just changing channels to make sure their video is in the correct place. All of these whoops pump out video on different frequencies, and so if they are not on the right ones, they will be blowing each other out. That means when 2 pilots' videos cross over, neither of them can see where they're going, and they're almost guaranteed a crash. So they just have to swap over to another channel. But it looks like they are up and running and plugging in. So we have 3 out of 4 drones. Couple of goggle problems, but I'm sure the pilots will be sorting that out. So those pilots there are all lined up. The channels are on the front of those boxes there. If you see those numbers R1, R2, R7 and F4, that is the video channels that they are on. So
Arm your
they're
quads,
not on the right channel,
starting on the
we don't
tone
know where
in
they
less
are,
than
but
5.
here they go. Flying to stay alive. An excited Blueprint jumps off. He's going to make sure he doesn't get an advantage. Very nicely done, looping back. But now he's got to chase on. That unfortunate bobble means he's got to chase them from the back of the pack. And it looks like James TX and the Han are out in front, comfortably cruising in first and second. Blueprint goes down. The pressure of having to catch the rest of the pilots means he's on his head on the floor. But Scooby Air is flying. The Han goes down on the deck chair again. That deck chair catching out our pilots. But a nice smooth run for James TX, and it looks like Blueprint has put in the work. It looks like he's caught him up. A couple of bobbles by Scooby Air and the Han, and has allowed Blueprint to catch him up again. James TX, well, one of the first times James TX goes down. Unusual for this very calm and collected pilot. Wants to make sure he gets the right order, and he's right there with the Han. The Han with the multicolour drone, now leading the pack. The Han up and over, being chased by James TX. They are neck and neck, and we have a collision, mid-air collision between James TX and the Han. And just across the line, that was so close. Will the Han get up and flying? He is up and flying, but who has crossed the gate first? We're going to have to go to a race director's decision there, because it was a crash right at the line. Blueprint rounding out his laps, couldn't quite make headway, had too many crashes, ends up in the crash gate in
Race
fourth
over.
place. So that was a race. Wow, the pilots there coming so close together, so fast round our disco ball that they collided in mid-air. Let's have a chat with those two pilots. I'm sure someone else will come and unplug their drones for them. James TX and the Han. What happened at the end there? Where is your drone? Is it still on the floor down here, or has it been collected? Oh, you got it. Okay. So, James, tell us, what happened just there? That was close.
From my perspective, someone bumped into me.
Whereas the Han thinks someone bumped into him. Exactly. And that's what can happen. And this is why we have the double eliminations format, because really we want these pilots to be racing fast and competing on speed. Some good camaraderie shown there. So it looks like the Han might be being bumped down after that crash, which would be a shame, but he has a second life. He'll be coming back later. So it looks like James TX will be going through, and Scooby Air, I believe. I'll have to have confirmation from the race director. But in the meantime, oh, have we got scores on the doors? I'm just live coming up. Here it comes. The pilots all on tenterhooks to see who goes through. Nobody wants to lose a life here. Everyone wants to go through on the winner's side. It makes you feel a lot more comfortable when you're going into the finals that you've got an extra life. But we'll be catching up with anyone that goes down later on the redemption side, which we will come to soon. But who has gone through on race number 7? And the scores are in on from the race director. It is James TX in first, Scooby Air in second, The Han in third, and Blueprint in fourth. So big round of applause for James TX and Scooby Air who are going through. They will be facing off in a moment against the winners of race 6 who are up next. Please can we welcome to the stage Jaggers, Archie FPV, Dan Carpy and KPV. So pilots getting their goggles down. Need a bit of a replug for Archie. Is he flying? What's going on? Quick replug. Is his whoop happy? It looks like it's happy. Scuttling back up to the top there, ready for his race. Starting to get serious now. All of these pilots want to make it through to the championship, so this will be a quick one. Here we go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. 1, 2, 3, 4, all into the Blackpool Tower, through the, bit of a collision with the star. We thought we had all 4 clear, but we don't. It looks like Archie is leading with Jaggers hot on his tail, but a mistake by Jaggers lets Archie get a bit of a lead. But my bad, out in front, it looks like KPV is taking the lead. He is absolutely screaming around, leading, but with a bobble on the deck chair of Doom has given chance for Archie to catch him up. It is 1-2, KPV and Archie battling for first and second. They don't need to battle, they just need to get round. But they know they want to race fast. We want to see them race fast, and they are really going for it. Archie just getting past KPV there, showing him what the young guns can do. But Jaggers and very close race into the crash gate, leaving Jaggers and, is that KPV in blue? They're neck and neck for third and fourth. This is going to be for bragging rights. Oh, what a close finish for third and fourth between Jaggers and KPV. So winning the race there, we had Dan Carpy in first, Archie in second, Jaggers in third, and KPV in fourth. What an incredible race. That one was really fast. We're getting up into the top level of flying now. And so if Dan Carpy and Archie want to get ready for your next race, you'll be up again soon. But that was a fast one, my gosh. The winner of the UK Tiny Whip Championship, Dan Carpy, showing just what he can do there. And Archie chasing him down, one of the young guns, really putting the pedal to the metal and trying to show what he can do. They go through, they get their trophy on the tree and go through to the next race. But what are they racing for? They are racing for this trophy here. I'm going to put it on this nice little turntable. Make it look all sparkly. Ta-da! Our nice gold trophy for the Lightpool Luminair drone race. This is what they're going for. This is what they're aiming to take home. We will find out soon. This is the winner's bracket. This is the winner's side of the circle. So all of these pilots have come first or second in all of the last races. And we're going to find out who is going to wait in the championships race to find out who will be competing against them. So we are going to have a couple of channel changes, and then we'll be sending out our pilots. Coming up in Okie doke. So the winners race 7 will be coming up next. But don't worry, if anybody loses a life, they will be going on to the redemption side of the bracket. So if we have a look on our screen, you will see a new set of panels. This is the redemption bracket. Anybody who lost on the left-hand side of the screen, anyone who came in 3rd or 4th, they have moved over onto the right-hand side of the screen into our redemption bracket. They've lost a life. Now when they race, if they lose a life again, they'll be out. That's it, they'll be going home. So they don't want to do that. But before we get to that, before we get to the redemptions, we need to finish off race number 7. Race number 7, some of the fastest pilots we've had so far. And we'll welcome them to the stage. Please give a hand for Dan Carpy, James TX, Archie FPV, and Scooby Air. Now we've got Dan Carpy from Drone Circle near Manchester. We've got Archie FPV from Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club in West London. And we've got 2 pilots from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. We've got James TX and Scooby Air. So I'm feeling confident about the result for Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. Let's see if they can deliver. The pilots getting their goggles down and their thumbs up. Here we go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. This is going to be a quick one. We have Dan Carpy in red leading the pack. It is Archie and James TX battling for 2nd. Archie just ahead at the moment, but Dan Carpy doing his signature stretching a lead. But James TX goes down, very unusual for him, giving Archie a bit of airspace. But now James TX is getting pressure from Scooby Air in 4th. Dan Carpy way out in front, but can Archie catch him? For bragging rights, he wants to come 2nd. He wants to get on Dan Carpy. He wants to put the pressure on and make him make a mistake, because it's always good to come first. Dan Carpy needs a reset at the top there to get through the star. He does without too much issue. Looks like we have Dan Carpy in 1st, Archie in 2nd with James TX in 3rd, and there he goes, that's it, Dan Carpy sealing the deal into 1st. Archie coming in, taking another of the winning spots. James TX unfortunately bringing in 3rd. And Scooby Air rounding out the pack in 4th position. Unfortunately for me, my bets were bad. BTW loses, comes in 3rd and 4th. But well done, pilots. Excellent racing.
Race over.
So let's go and have a chat with Dan Carpy and Archie FPV, who are going to be going through. Archie, Dan, come here, have a chat with us. You've made it through the redemption, you've made it through the winners brackets, winning, coming in 1st or 2nd in all of your races so far. Congratulations. How does it feel to sit there knowing that you're already in the final position?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel confident?
Yeah, I can just relax now.
You're very cool and calm this time, Dan. Today you're very chill, feeling good, feeling like you got your thumbs all in the right order.
I feel like things are finally working, you know?
Say again?
I feel like things are finally working.
Yeah, sometimes these drones can be a bit funny. Archie, you've had a couple of trials with your drones over the years. What's happened?
Just stuff breaking on them, and I can't race with it.
Yeah, but every time that happens, you always get a little bit of help, don't you, from your favourite people?
Yeah. The hammer over there.
Over there, helping Archie get through to the final. So, well done, guys, all the way up into the final race. We'll be sitting you off to the side right now while we go and do our redemption bracket races. Who do you think will be joining you in the finals race?
Don't know. Who's left?
Everyone has another life. Everyone has another life. So, everyone, yeah. So, out of all the pilots you've raced, who do you think is the most threatening?
I'm not sure. McStinky, maybe?
Stinky. Stinky's he's a fast pilot. Yeah. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, maybe Craig.
Craig? Yeah, Craig is hot. You guys race together, don't you?
Yeah, he's getting better and better every day. So
He is, and honestly, I used to fly with Craig as well at Wings and Wheels, and he's got faster and faster every time. Whenever we come to a race, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm going to do well. And then Craig comes out of the woodwork and just dominates, and I end up having to really push. So, have you been giving him sneaky tips?
maybe.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, guys. We will see you in the finals a bit later on, and we will get to our redemption bracket now. So, congratulations to Dan Carpy and Archie FPV. So, we are now moving over to the redemption bracket. So, on the right side of the screen on the double eliminations tree, we are going to progress to race number We're going to progress with race number 10. So, because Dirty McStinky unfortunately had a blown up quad, he was pushing it too hard and he had the white smoke of doom come out of it, so he is out unfortunately. So we are skipping race 8 and 9. There are only 2 pilots. We're going to move straight on to race number 10. So, if our pilots are ready, please welcome to the stage with their last lives. We have Brummy, we have The Hand, and Blueprint. Is that right? No. Dirty, you're back. You're back. You must have had a second quad. Fixed it. Oh, okay, he fixed it. Oh, it was Wong Legend who blew up his quad. Is that right? Ah, okay, so the LEDs caused a problem, but it looks like he solved it now and he's back up and flying, which is excellent to see. Dirty McStinky, a top racing pilot. Nice to see him up here flying. Just waiting for a couple of the others to join us. Here's the Han, another of the drone circle pilots. Okay, well, we will proceed with this race then. Unfortunately, Blueprint won't be joining us for this one, but Brummy, Dirty McStinky and the Han, this is your last life. This is a race that counts. If you want to progress towards the finals, you need to come in first or second. So with the goggles down and the thumbs up, we've set them on their way.
Race over. Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Bit of a twitchy drone from the Han on the line, but he is up and running and flying, and it looks like a drone has gone down. His LEDs are out. He's got an invisible drone going around, so I'm going to have to try and talk you around. That invisible drone is Dirty McStinky. Thought he'd sorted his LEDs, but apparently not. But at least he's flying. The Han in first after Dirty McStinky going down, but the invisible drone of Dirty McStinky is up and taken first place. The Han cruising around in second with his lovely multicolour LEDs. Dirty McStinky just showing how fast you can go when you don't have the weight of LEDs slowing you down. The invisible quad. So the Han in second, and it looks like
It looks like he's going to go all the way, the invisible quad, all the way around the disco ball, the start-finish gate, into the crash gate. The invisible quad finishes in first for Dirty McStinky. Coming around in second. We seem to have lost a pilot, so the hand quite comfortably finishing up his nice smooth run into the crash gate, taking second, and it looks like Blueprint didn't start. Brummy crashed out, so those two have lost their second life. They are out. Dirty McStinky and the hand go through into the next race. So unfortunately, we say goodnight to Blueprint, we say goodnight to Brummy. Thank you for playing. Where's that quad ended up, Brummy? Just need to have a look for that quad so that it doesn't blow up somebody else's VTX. We're going to send a little minion down to collect it. And we are going to welcome to the stage race number 11. In race number 11 we have pilots Gen X FPV, Cruise FPV, Jaggers and KPV. So as our pilots pop their batteries in and set them down, it looks like we have KPV in blue, Jaggers in yellow. Oh, I think somebody is on the wrong channel. And the quads are up and running. Now the channels have been sorted. Well done, pilots. Making sure everybody's on the correct video channel so we can all see them racing around. This is a redemption bracket race number 11. Nobody wants to
arm your
come in third or
quads,
fourth.
starting
Everyone
on the
wants to come
tone
first
in
and
less than
second.
5.
Let's see who goes through. And they are off. KPV straight off the block. Jaggers goes down hard off the side block. Oh my God, they're all on the floor. So we have KPV up in front, taking on the deck chair of doom. With Jaggers chasing in second, looking quite comfortable there. We have Cruise going around in yellow and Gen X in red. They're battling to try and stay out of the drop zone. They don't want to be in third and fourth. They're going to have to pick up their speed to catch KPV and Jaggers because they are screaming around. Cruise FPV making a real good showing of it, but Jaggers and KPV are way out in front. They are comfy in the lead, but you can't stay in the lead like that. KPV, if you crash, you're going down and you're going to lose time, and we all know how reliable your quad is, so I hope you get back up because Jaggers has taken first place. And it looks like Cruise has come up as well. Jaggers goes through into first place. Can KPV get it across the line? He's losing time with another crash. Cruise and Gen X are on you, KPV. Up and flying, come on, finish your lap. It looks like Cruise is coming around. Is he going to take second? It looks like KPV's lost it.
And he's across the line and into the crash gate. KPV does manage to get through. Jaggers in first. It looks like KPV came in second. I'm not sure that's right because how many laps have these guys done? I think they've done too many. We've got a whoop stuck on stage. We've got a whoop stuck in the cables over there. All of the pilots are done. Thank you very much. We're going to have to go to a race director's decision to check who won that one. So while the race director checks the scores on the doors, it looks like Jaggers and KPV go through first and second. Gen X, you're stuck in the cables, that's real unlucky. So unfortunately Gen X and Cruz will be going home. Jaggers and KPV will be progressing through. So next up, so while our pilots get ready, we are going to talk about the track here, put together by the Lightpool Luminair team. What a wonderful track. I tell you, when they said we would be able to fly drones around the Blackpool Tower, I was like, really? That sounds amazing. We can fly drones around the Blackpool Tower? And they're like, no, not the real one. We have a model one. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can fly around a model one. They didn't tell me it was going to be 6 meters tall and covered in LEDs. Everybody give a woo for the Blackpool Tower. Isn't it amazing? And not only do we have the Blackpool Tower, we're going for a whole beach theme here because on deck we have a giant orb. Well, it's an orb, it is a disco ball. It's our representation of a disco ball because in Blackpool you have the biggest disco ball in the world apparently down on your seafront. I asked if we could fly around that, they said yes. I was like, brilliant. And then when we actually realized how big it was and how upset people would be if we took it away from the front, we wouldn't have allowed it. And we wouldn't have fit it in through the door either. It doesn't really roll very well. Have you ever tried to roll a mirror? It just cracks, it's terrible. So we have a nice ball here as part of our racetrack representing your disco ball. Not only that, but we have a beach umbrella. Now the beach umbrella is a little on the small side. It's a bit of the wrong scale for our deck chair of doom. But we've got a beach umbrella for Blackpool and we have a giant deck chair. Now the deck chair, lovely to see that here today. It is covered in our LED gates. The deck chair has caused a few problems for our drone racers. They seem to be catching these gates left, right and center. So it's interesting to see who has the cleanest lines to get through there, who can make it consistent and who can't. Interestingly enough, in the Redemption races, we saw James TX get caught up a couple of times. I know from personal experience, he's a very consistent racer. He is very good. So to see him get caught up on the deck chair is a bit surprising. But the last bit to talk about on the track is the starting block. The starting block brought to us here all the way from Cornwall, the Drone Racing Cornwall crew who are doing the lap timing for us today and running around backstage, keeping all our pilots in order. They've got this wonderful starting block, and we're actually using it a little bit strangely here. We want to show you guys, you know, their names next to their whoop, so we're using the top. What you're looking at there is the top of what they call the whoop coops. These whoop coops are where they put the drones in the whoop coops, and when the timer starts, a door drops down and lets the whoops escape. And so there's no jumping the line because you're just stuck in a box until the timer says you're allowed to fly. But we've got our little launch pads on top today, ready for our pilots. So thank you very much to the Drone Racing Cornwall crew for that and for doing all the race directing. Can I get a big round of applause for the Drone Racing Cornwall crew?
Excellent. They've been doing a great job backstage over there. We've got Rich up on the race director. So now we're ready for our next race, our next redemption race. And we are looking to welcome to the stage, please, Dirty McStinky, The Han, Jaggers, and KPV. Again, pilots from all up and down the country here racing. We've got Dirty McStinky and Jaggers from Hanworth Drone Racing Club down in West London. We've got KPV, who I believe mostly flies at South Gloucester Drone Club, SGDC. And of course the Han coming from Drone Circle near Manchester. So pilots from up and down the country here, looking
Arm
to
your
get
quads,
first and second
starting on the
place
tone in less than
to
5.
stay alive. And they are off, and the Han with a very quick start. Tightly around that, we have KPV out in front, but Dirty McStinky with his almost invisible drone. He's got a couple of LEDs working again, which is nice. Chasing down, who have we got? It looks like Dirty McStinky's made a move out into first, with Jaggers chasing him down in second. We've got Dirty McStinky followed by Jaggers, with KPV following up in third. That is not the place he wants to be, and Han bringing up fourth. KPV having a bit of a bobble on the deck chair of doom and having to reset, but it is all about Dirty McStinky out in first. He is absolutely sending it. Jaggers comfortably in second, but it looks like the Han has taken over KPV into third. Can the Han come up again? Can he catch Jaggers? We'll find out soon, because Dirty McStinky is coming around for his third and final lap into the crash gate. He goes. We've got 2 whoops in the crash gate. First and second are done. The Han coming through takes third, and it looks unfortunate that KPV, stuck on the deck chair of doom, is going to have to be satisfied with fourth here today, getting eliminated. That's the last we see of KPV taking fourth. A little bit of showboating at the end there. Very well done, pilots. Thank you very much. Very well raced.
Race over.
To confirm, we have Jaggers and Dirty McStinky getting first and second place. Jaggers doing a wonderful race there, taking first from Dirty McStinky. We will see them again straight away as they collect their whoops, get some new drone batteries ready, and go back up to the front. So as they collect their whoops and head up, we are going to be joining them in race number 13. But before we get there, we're going to need someone to change channels. So while they do that, let's have a chat about how you guys can get involved with drone racing near you. If you fancy giving a go at drone racing like this, then you can. It is not as difficult as it looks. These guys practice down their local pubs, their local sports halls and village halls. They come together weekly or a couple of times a month to fly their drones. And they are more than happy for you guys to come along and take part too. So if you head over to the British Drone Racing Association website, that is bdra.uk, you can get a list of the drone racing clubs in the UK. Alternatively, check out btwclub.co.uk. That is our website. We are here running the drone race at Lightpool Luminair. Check out our website for all of your hot tips and latest news about the whoop racing world. Because we want to get more people involved in this spectacular sport. We want more people to come and fly with us, more people to enjoy drone racing, enjoy the thrill of flying like a bird around your living room. You can literally turn your living room into a games console racetrack. It's awesome. So get yourselves down to one of those drone racing clubs, join in the fun, and you can be a drone racer here with us in future. We'd love to have you there. So
Welcoming to the stage now for redemption race number 13, finding out who will be joining us in the finals. We have James TX, Scooby Air, Jaggers, and Dirty McStinky. So as our pilots get their quads plugged in, hopefully Dirty's quad isn't invisible anymore, but he's shaking his head, something's not happy. Unhappy whoop. Looks like we're going to need a replug while he gets sorted. It looks like one of the goggle batteries is having a hard time. He's going to do a quick run and swap of battery. I think it might be worth unplugging the whoops so they don't overheat while we do that. And then we will get them up and running. We've had a long day of racing here. Pilots having to juggle batteries, keep them charged. And unfortunately, one of our pilots has just been caught out. But there are loads of people here and a very helpful set of pilots who will get people up and running no matter what. Because we want to have a great race here at the Lightpool Luminair and make sure we have the best racing possible for you guys. So, powering up the quads, it looks like we have a race on. But the question is Dirty McStinky's quad invisible? No, he's got some LEDs. Excellent. That's going to make my job a lot easier. So we have James TX on R1 in green, Dirty McStinky with his coloured LEDs that may or may not last the whole race. We've got Jaggers in blue, and we've got Scooby Air in red.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
To find out who's in the finals, here we go. They are off. Jaggers immediately off the line with James TX right next to him. Jaggers leading the pack with James TX in green, but sneaking up beside him, it is Dirty McStinky taking the lead from both of them. Jaggers chasing him down. James TX taking a nice smooth thing, and that's paid off for him because now he's in second. Dirty McStinky went down and let through Jaggers and James TX, so he's got some work to do to stay out of the drop zone. Jaggers leading the pack in first. He's got some clear out ahead of him, but Dirty McStinky has just taken second from James TX. James TX goes down on the deck chair of doom with Scooby Air bringing round it in fourth. So we have Jaggers quite comfortably out in front with Dirty McStinky chasing him down. Both of the Hanworth boys flying in first and second, but James TX knows his nice smooth style may pay off. Will the boys from Hanworth push it too hard? Will they crash? Will he get another chance? Or is he going to be dropped? Because at the moment, James TX and Scooby are in third, but is Dirty McStinky and Jaggers who have crossed the line. 1 and 2, Hanworth boys go through. James TX comes round, just doesn't have the pace. Taking third position from Scooby Air, who comes in fourth. What an incredible race, pilots. Fantastic
Race
racing. And as we pop back to our double elimination screen, let's see the scores on the doors, because we now know our pilots who are going to be going into the finals. That's right. All of our double eliminations are done. We've had the winners bracket, we've had the redemption bracket, and we are up to the final race. This is the final race of today, where we will find out the fastest drone racer. It has been Dan Carpy and Archie FPV hanging out on the winners platform
waiting to see who they would have to fight off for this trophy. And we're going to find out very shortly because they're just grabbing some batteries, making sure they've got their controllers, making sure they're all charged up and ready to go, because soon we will find out the winner of this fantastic trophy here, the Lightpool Luminair race. We've got a couple of pilots who need to change channels, which is lovely. Make sure everyone's got the right channels, and then we will get them underway. So if you are out there in the audience, this is going to be the one where you want to get those FPV goggles on your face. If you want to fly on board with the fastest drone racers today, come down to the front, grab some goggles and join us on board to take a lap around this track as the fastest it can be done, because these are the fastest pilots. These are the ones who are going to be battling for that first place. When you get those goggles, you will be able to fly like the pilots. You'll be looking out of the camera just like them. You'll be seeing it as they do. And you will see how fast they go. It is incredible how fast these little drones can go. They are incredible bits of technology for how small they've come. You know, I always say that these are a little bit like the go-karts of the F1 world, but for drones. These are smaller, they're lighter, they're cheaper. They don't go as fast as F1 cars, but they go fast. They go fast enough, and they are still very, very competitive. So we're going to find out soon. Everybody get your goggles on. Let's get them racing. Please welcome to the stage for the final race of today. We have Archie FPV, the youngest pilot here. We have Dan Carpy, the British drone racing champion for whoops. We have Jaggers and Dirty McStinky, who have battled their way up through the redemption brackets to find themselves up on the start line, ready to face off against these incredible pilots. The two boys from Hanworth Drone Club are going to be putting Archie and Dan Carpy through their paces. Will Dirty McStinky's drone last the race? Will his LEDs turn off halfway? Will the commentator be able to tell you who comes in first? We're about to find out, because the pilots are getting ready. Taking a deep breath now, goggles are down, thumbs are up. For all the marbles, first is the only place you want. Here we go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. That was a really quick race, and unfortunately it looks like Archie goes down hard right off the blocks. But we have out in front Dan Carpy in red, but he has a bit of a reset there. We got drones on the floor. Dan Carpy still just about keeping it out in front. It looks like Dirty McStinky's LEDs are staying on. We got Dan Carpy in first, Dirty McStinky in second, and we got a battle for third and fourth between Jaggers and Archie. Jaggers goes a little bit wide. Archie takes advantage into third, but it is Dan Carpy and Dirty McStinky out in first and second. Dirty has to go back for a whoop gate there, make sure he's not going to get disqualified, giving Dan a little bit more air, but is he going to be able to keep it, because Dirty is fast and he's coming up behind him. But it looks like out in front at the moment is Dan Carpy, getting closed in on by Dirty McStinky. We have Archie coming in third and Jaggers bringing up fourth, but they are done. It is two whoops are already in the crash gate. Archie comes in third, Jaggers comes in fourth, and that is the end of the drone race. Big round of applause for our pilots. Thank you very much. What an exceptional race that was. With the final scores on the doors, we will soon be able to announce our winners, and taking home the championship trophy, we need to welcome back to the stage the one and the only, the guy that's been going fastest all day, the guy that is the British drone racing champion for whoops in the UK. Please put your hands together for Mr. Dan Carpy. Congratulations, Dan. Here is your trophy.
And Dan, what an incredible race. That was way out in front. You did your usual calm and collected race all the way through. Did you feel the pressure at all?
Oh yeah, definitely. Stinky, I could feel him behind me on that last lap.
He was coming in close. All of a sudden, he sorted out his drone and he was on you. He had a couple of bubbles, but could you feel him breathing down your neck?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, it was an incredible race. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed our racing here tonight. Please give another round of applause for Dan Carpy, our winner here, race 2 at the Lightpool Luminair. Thanks very much. So thank you very much for joining us. Please let me give a big heartfelt thanks to our team here at Lightpool Luminair. We have been Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. We've been putting on this race for you, and we want to say thank you to the Illuminations team for letting us use their fantastic models here today. We want to say thank you to them. So big round of applause for Blackpool Illuminations and the Lightpool team. Now, all of this wouldn't be possible without all the people that helped put this on, so please can you give a big round of applause for the Drone Racing Cornwall team on race direction. And one more round of applause for our volunteers that help make all of this possible. They give up their time, they help people get flying, they're doing the try and flies upstairs, they're giving you the goggles downstairs. So one more round of applause for all of our helpers, our volunteers, the drone soccer guys, the BMFA. Thank you very much. My name's been Mini Rolls Rule. I've been jabbering on long enough. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow where we will do this all again.